I've mentioned a few times before that there's a herd of elk that occasionally is in the backwoods behind my parents' house. And as it turns out, I tend to be around here the same time they are, which is autumn and spring. And in the spring, they have babies. So we avoid them at all costs as they can be quite aggressive. But recently I had this opportunity to observe them from the air with my drone, and it was so beautiful to be able to watch in on their lives, their slow, in tune with nature lives of just hanging out and eating greenery and roaming from place to place without disturbing them, without them realizing I was there. And it got me reflecting on my own life and how much more leisurely it once was, and that I've continued to show you the leisure aspect of my life in my videos, the escapes, and that's what I like to share, so that's what I show. But the reality is, in recent months, my life has become very, very work heavy. For a while now, I've been spending 60 plus hours a week on my computer, editing emails, doing that kind of stuff, administrative work, and it's exhausting. It's a horrible balance. I am not living the life I set out to live when I moved into a van years ago, and I've let my desire to grow this channel and to grow my career as a creator take over, and everything has it's just not balanced. It's not working for me. So a month ago I started seeing a therapist, and I've been working with an awesome therapist to find a better work-life balance and find more ways to prioritize self-care without feeling like I'm letting myself down. And that brings me to today's sponsor, BetterHelp. So I want to say a huge thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. So if you've been feeling depressed, stressed, anxious, or overwhelmed, BetterHelp is here to help. BetterHelp offers licensed therapists who are trained to listen and help you. There's a broad range of expertise in BetterHelp's 20,000 plus therapist network that gives you access to help that might not be available in your area. It's been so nice for me to speak to somebody and build that patient-therapist relationship as a nomad when I otherwise wouldn't have access to therapy. And also I tend to be in rural areas, which makes it that much more challenging. And through BetterHelp, I've been able to find a perfect match. You just fill out a questionnaire to help assess your specific needs, and then you get matched with the therapist in under 48 hours. If that's not the right one for you, you can request a new therapist at no additional charge anytime. After being matched with a therapist, you then schedule secure video and phone sessions, plus you can exchange unlimited messages, and everything you share is completely confidential. You talk to your therapist in a private online environment at your convenience. I personally love sitting in my bed here in the van, wherever I am, and being able to check in and have that time with my therapist. As you'll see in upcoming videos, it has been hugely impactful for me to receive this type of help. So if you are ready to do the same, join the 2 million plus people who have taken charge of their mental health with an experienced BetterHelp therapist. You can get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/TIDELINETOALPINE. That's betterhelp.com/TIDELINETOALPINE. So I'm not going to bore you with all the mundane tasks that have been keeping my life really busy and causing me a lot of just stress and anxiety. But instead of taking you on an adventure where I escape my daily grind and go spend 2 or 3 days out in the woods, ignoring the rest of my life and having a really nice time, I'm going to share with you some of the things I've been doing to incorporate into my day-to-day life, aside from therapy, to help me find a better work-life balance so that I can keep bringing you the content that I love to make, that you enjoy watching, and do so without it running myself into the ground. So I have some big goals with paddling, but I'm not able to spend all day, every day paddling like I would love to at this point in time. So part of bringing that balance into my life is prioritizing getting out on the water 1 or 2 days a week with Frank to enjoy the results of the hard work I put in to have a paddleboard to begin with. Nice. There you go. Look at this, a teeny tiny little beach, Frank. You can go ahead. Go ahead, bud. It is a pretty hot day today, one of the hotter days we've had so far this year, and actually not a great swimmer. I failed my first attempt at swimming lessons, and I just don't really like my face in the water, and I kind of panic whenever I'm not standing on the bottom. But I do remember as a kid, I loved going boating with my grandpa and swimming in the life jacket, and I have a life jacket now, so I'm gonna go play in this water and try to get more comfortable, because it is inevitable I will fall off the board, and I want to be like calm about it. So I'm getting quite a bit more confident standing. There's a lot of swell today, a lot of boat activity actually, and I was surprised what I was standing up in with like the boat just like all over. And so yeah, it's feeling a lot stronger paddling, a lot stronger on the board, and need to improve my comfort level being buoyant. So I've anchored my board on that stump there, and Frank's enjoying his stick, and I'm just gonna lay on my board and relax in the sun, and I can go for a swim when I get hot. And we might do more paddling. I mean, we have to paddle to get back to the van, but we might go further up the lake, or we might just enjoy this spot because there's the sound of the water flowing in there. And come on, buddy. He's so concerned I got off the board into the water. Oh, he went to shore. Come and get his stick. Oh, buddy. Now let's see about climbing on the board from the water. It's good training, good practice. I don't think I can try to get on the board and film it. I think I just have to get on the board. There's gotta be a trick. I gotta put you down. I managed to get on extremely ungracefully. I almost flipped the board, which I didn't think it would be like that, but I'm gonna YouTube University how to get back on the paddleboard, or maybe I'll ask Paddle Adventure to make an episode on technique for getting back on, because if I had all my gear strapped to it, I guess it would be harder to flip, but I definitely wouldn't want to flip it if I had all my gear and I'd happen to fall off. So I feel like maybe climbing on the back or on the front instead of like on this side might be better, but I don't really know. I'm just learning this as I go, and you know, having fun. So it's, that's what counts, and trying to be safe, learning to be safer. This is just an absolute dream manifested. We're in a little spot, enjoying the sun, swimming, floating on the board. It's really nice. Really, really nice. Well, you might be wondering what all these logs are about, all these logged pens, and it's for logging. They cut the trees down, they float them down the river, which seems like a lake because it's dammed, but it is actually a river. And so it has a current, and so they fill all these with logs so they don't drift off and run into the dam down there, and then they can send them off to other countries because we don't keep our lumber. I saw an opening in the log wall, so I took it, came to this nice piece of shade. We both got off and had a pee, which is important on the paddleboard. Frank will just whimper a little bit when he needs to pee, and I've learned, took a few trips, but I've learned that that's his signal that he would like to go to shore to use the bathroom. So I'm learning. He's very good at communicating, and once he realizes that I understand his form of communication, then that encourages him to be more expressive. So got your back, buddy. But yeah, we're just taking a little break in the shade, and then I think I'm pretty tempted to try to take the shore further down the lake towards where we came from, and then just trust that I'll find a way out of this pen. Part of finding a better balance in my life and being able to move to a place in my own life where I'm truly content with all my situations, I guess, involves leaving Frank behind to go for walks, to help myself get in better shape, get back to the fitness levels that I used to enjoy so much, and just roam a little further than he's able to go, to be able to really take in all the wonderful sights and sounds and smells and beautiful flowers of the season. Brother!
It's a lie.
This is a very hot day. We've waited till early afternoon when it's just getting into the hottest time. But I left Frank at home in the house, my parents' house, and I'm out with my brother. We are just going for a little explore of the backwoods. He's into mountain biking, so I'm showing him a route up the mountain that might be more suitable for riding down than the really steep and loose quad trails. But it is a beautiful day. There's so many flowers. It's just the most lush I've ever seen back here. And I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of flowers grow up on the rocky ledges. Oh, I'm just hiding in the shade of this beautiful ponderosa. I'm so out of shape. It's painful. It's mentally painful to see myself this out of shape, and also knowing that I just have to suffer a lot to get back in shape. But I'll suffer more if I don't do that and look after myself. So the brother I said would never be seen on the channel. I think this is the first hike we've ever been on where you're fitter than me. Yay! There's ripe Saskatoon berries up here. So awesome. First handful of berries of the year, so you know I'm gonna do it. Mm. 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 Oh, should I be quiet? Filming? You can come and join me for a feast, or I'm gonna eat all the berries.
Oh, well, you worked harder than I did.
Fuck you. They are huckleberries. Black huckleberries. Oh my. I am so excited. I'm not gonna let my brother eat any of them. Just kidding. You can have some. I did not expect them to be back here or to be ripe yet. This made all the hard hike worth it. So this is the thimbleberry plant, and you can see back here there's unripe thimbleberries. And it's very soft. It makes excellent toilet paper. It looks spiky, but it's not. It's fuzzy. And so you pick a leaf off at the stalk, and then you separate the stem from the leaf, and you fold it over like that. And then you pierce the stem through to hold it together, and through like that. And you have a little makeshift berry basket. So if you fill your belly and you want to have some more for later, you can make a little basket for your berries. So here we have, this is soapberry. In the US it's known as buffalo berry. And it's high in saponins, so it's not the most flavorful. So because it's high in saponins, you can froth it into a whip. So the indigenous make like an ice cream out of it. And it took me a while to become accustomed to the flavor. It's quite astringent, I think is the word. It's very like medicinal tasting. And the first few times I absolutely hated it. But it's like just so like healthy, like it's so good for your body that like I learned to kind of like it. So I always eat some when I see it ripe. Not as many as I would eat huckleberries, but I always have a few because it just like feels good. Look at this. Snack time. Gourmet. Gourmet. First, mouthful of huckleberries of the season. Oh, oh, it's so good. If you've never just saved up a handful and down the whole thing at once, I highly recommend it. We just keep finding more and more. Look at these bushes. Oh my. Mmm. Mmm.
Good shade here. Nice.
It's kind of noisy, but if you stand under the drone, the breeze is so refreshing. Oh, yes. So good. Very sweet. There's so many flowers out here. It's all so amazing. I feel so good. I'm like high on blueberries and a lack of oxygen. We've kind of covered a good portion of the terrain back here because it is all bound by streets and houses. Gnarly dirt tan, and this guy is so happy we're back. Hi, bud. Yeah. So cute. Feels so satisfying to go on a big hike. It was kind of silly to go during the hottest 4 hours of the day, but I'm slow in the morning because I'm always up really late. So yeah, it feels so good to be just caked in sweat and dirt and lay in the shady grass. I got Frank next to me. He was so excited when I got home. He was so happy to see me, which felt really nice, but I should just try to fix my sleeping pattern and not edit till 2 or 3 in the morning so that I can get up early and hike when it's a temperature that doesn't feel like I'm dying. I missed you, Frank. You're so precious. You're having a ball there, eh, Frank? Such a nice evening. So aside from prioritizing a little bit of paddling during the week with Frank and taking time to myself to go for hikes, I've also been working on more personal physical self-care, such as visiting the dentist, which I don't think anyone really likes to do, and I don't, but it's important, so I'm making it happen. And as well as stretching and just like slow downtime to breathe to help balance out the immense amount of computer work I found myself doing, while also trying to get this renovation done. I've had huge progress on the renovation lately, and I cannot wait to share that with you in the next video. But yeah, it's felt really empowering to prioritize making a better work-life balance, seeking out a variety of ways of getting help with that. And a major factor in making that a reality has been seeing a therapist. So once again, I want to say a huge thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video, and definitely check out the link in the description if that's something you feel like could benefit your life, because I've certainly been very, very grateful for the help I've received from there and feel so optimistic about the trajectory that my life is on now, and just giving myself more time to breathe and really savor all the things that I enjoy so much that I share with you here. And I just felt like it was important to let you know that while all the videos that you see are real, they're my real adventures, and those are times I'm having, it's not the whole picture. There's so much that goes on off camera that isn't filmed, and so much of my time is actually spent not like that at all. I've gotten so busy lately, and I think I've reached the peak of busyness, and now I am on a nice path towards finding a better balance. So yes, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. It does make a huge difference in my life and allows me to do this as a job. This is how I make my income, but I need to do it in a way where I'm not quite so like hyper focused on work. And I think a lot of us can relate to that. Whether it's work or something else in life, it's really easy just to hone in and put everything into one thing and then kind of let the rest of your life get out of balance. And so I am dedicated to fixing that in myself. And hopefully if that is an issue you have in your own life, that you feel inspired to go ahead and start making those changes. But yes, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below if you haven't already. And we'll see you soon. Bye. Frank says to say no to self-doubt and yes to self-love.